Guys. Hello, bear with me. This is my first time ever going live on YouTube, and this is so exciting. Um, I am going to talk about um, things that impact like everything that impacts your hormones and your nutrients, right? Everything that impacts that. Okay. The missing link is your hormones and nutrients. What are you missing to support your hormones and your nutrients? Okay. So you might be feeling moody, off, stuck, tired. Those are things that we're going to talk about today. Okay. So the first thing is nutrient deficiencies and hormones. How do those go hand in hand? Well, first of all, they go hand in hand. If your nutrients are off, your minerals, your vitamins, your hormones are going to be imbalanced. Okay. That's why for my core reset program, we test both of those. We test your minerals and your hormones together because they go hand in hand. Okay. So think your body. Okay. Your body needs nutrients for your hormones. Okay. So it's not just balancing our hormones. We got to balance and figure out our nutrients as well. So think like magnesium, zinc, B vitamins. We need these things and healthy fats to balance our hormones. Okay, so those are just some of them, but we want to test them all to make sure. Without them, your hormones can't function properly. Okay, this can show up as fatigue, irregular cycles, low energy, brain fog. Okay, it's not just your hormones being off, it's often the missing piece is the minerals, the nutrients. Okay, so the next thing is vitamin D, mood, and immunity. So, vitamin D, it actually acts more like a hormone in the body than it does a vitamin. Okay. So when we think of vitamin D, a lot of times people are like, I just need vitamin D from the sun. If I'm not in the sun as much, then I need to take it vitamin. But we don't really, a lot of people don't really know like what it does or what it is for the body, anything like that. So it is acts more like a hormone. It helps balance those hormones. It helps keep those in check, so to speak. Okay. So when you have low levels of vitamin D, you will notice lower mood, a weakened immune system, and increased inflammation. Increased inflammation increases cortisol. Your hormones go out of balance. It is just a cycle, you guys. Okay. So vitamin D and zinc are actually the two nutrients that I like to talk about when I talk about immunity. So those are the two. If you, let's say you get sick all the time, you're like, gosh, why am I sick all the time? Well, let's test your vitamin D levels and your zinc levels. Do you need just regular zinc? Do you need copper zinc? Just different things like that. Okay. So that's why we test your minerals. So if you live in an area where it's winter and you're not outside as much, the sun's not out as much, it's not as strong, maybe where you're from. So you do need to take a vitamin D to make sure your body gets that so your hormones don't go out of balance. Okay. So for me, I live in the Midwest. And so all six of my family members and we take vitamin D from about September to the end of May. Okay, so that's like what we do in our house. And then we're outside from June to August, which 3 months out of the year. And most people are deficient in vitamin D and they don't even know it. Okay, so blood sugar and stress hormone. I talk about this a lot in my Facebook group, but blood sugar, it actually increases your stress hormone, your cortisol. Okay, so your blood sugar spikes, and if it crashes quickly, then your cortisol goes up and your stress hormone goes up. And if you're like me, where you're 36, 35 and later, kind of, you start to notice those blood sugar spikes more often. As you age, you will notice them. You're more sensitive to blood sugar spikes. Okay, maybe you don't notice them, but your body's more sensitive to them. Okay, so we have to be aware of that. There are certain things that you can do. You can wear to determine if a certain food or to a certain time of day your blood sugar spikes. And I can get that for you if that's something that you're looking for. But like I said, when your blood sugar spikes and then it drops quickly, that's when your cortisol goes up. That's a stress hormone. It just makes everything go out of whack, all of your hormones. Things like that. Okay. So blood sugar spikes can lead to things like anxiety, energy crashes, cravings. We want more of a stable blood sugar, right? That creates more energy. Your hormones are in check. more of a stable mood is what we're looking for really, okay? All right, so signs that you're missing some of these key nutrients, okay? Constant fatigue. Okay, if you're a mom like me and you're actually getting sleep, or you think you're getting sleep, but you wake up and you're so tired. This is something that I could talk about all day long, where we all say, well, it's just motherhood. Motherhood is just tiring. We're just exhausted all the time because it's motherhood. Well, no, it could be some nutrients. It's not normal to just be tired all the time. Okay, for 18 years that you have children. That is not normal. Let's get your nutrients checked. Constant fatigue is not normal. Okay, hair thinning, brittle nails, sugar and salt cravings. Is that something that you have a lot? That could be a nutrient deficiency. Okay, getting sick all the time. We talked about that with vitamin D and zinc. There are some other nutrients and minerals that play an effect in that. Okay, hormone imbalances, cycle issues. We check like things like selenium, your calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium. We check so many different aspects of your minerals. It just makes a big difference. Okay, simple nutrient shifts that you can make. This is so important to me. Protein. You want to prioritize protein at every meal. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Protein. Okay. Start small. Start with, okay, I'm going to add protein to my breakfast every day for a month. And then the next month, now I'm going to add a protein to my lunch. It does not have to be the same thing. Pick three things and switch it out every day for lunch, whatever it may be. Okay. Don't skip the healthy fats. Don't skip the avocado, the olive oil. You can even cook with avocado oil. Those are all great things for you. Okay. Add mineral rich foods like leafy greens, sea salt, whole foods. Add those to your plate. Okay. A balanced plate. My ideal plate that I like to talk about has protein, fat, carbs, and vegetables. Protein, fat, carbs, and vegetables. You got that? Protein, fat, carbs, and vegetables. Especially lunch and dinner, they should have 2 cups of vegetables every day. Okay. Vegetables are so important, but so is protein, fat, and carbs. Okay. We don't want to just remove carbs. Carbs are good for our hormones and to keep them in check and in balance. Okay. So stay consistent. Small shifts add up. Don't get in your head about, I just added protein to breakfast for a month. Like, am I really making a difference? Yes, you are. And go you, because you're doing something for yourself. Okay. Now add something else. Add that protein to your lunch, or add a healthy fat to your breakfast now. So now you have a protein and a healthy fat. You're doing wonderful. There is so much that you are doing for your body when you start small. So that's why I put in the description my comprehensive health assessment. We can get started. We can work together. We can get your hormones and minerals all checked in one program. Otherwise, I do offer a Reset and Rise program. That is something that you can do on your own. It's self-paced. It's a 6-week program that helps you create these habits slowly for yourself. This is something that you can do for yourself, okay? You just remember that your body is not broken. It is just asking for support. Have a good night.